Welcome to TechBrothersIT. In this video, we are going to learn about table creation or data ingestion methods in Microsoft Fabric warehouse. We'll be using T-SQL in this demo. So here we will be using create table, then we'll be using copy into that table, then we'll be select into from. I will explain you this detail as well. So you have select query and then into and from, and that's where you will be then writing to the table, and here is right after into to come another table. Now we will say insert into and then use select from, that will be used as well, and finally we'll be using create table as and then use a select query. So these all scenarios will use it, but right here it's very difficult to come up with a nice presentation in this place. So let me take you to the workspace here, and this is my sales workspace, and then here I have different folders, those I created to manage my different items. One of them is called the warehouse, and in the warehouse I have created a tech data warehouse. Now if I click right there, and this is going to be open this window, and I can go ahead and say new query. Now I can simply just copy paste this code, that is my T-SQL code, but the problem is if I will paste it here, it's not easy to format, and that's the reason I'm using SSMS, because that's where I can make it more visual, and if I want to zoom in and all those kind of things, I can do that. Here it is very difficult, so if you want to do maybe zoom in and zoom out, you will say command palette, and then you will search for zoom, and then if you will click zoom in or zoom out, but every time you have to go back and forth, so that these are few things, that's not easy. So anyways, I have connected to the SSMS and to this warehouse. So how I have connected, so if I will go to the same workspace here, and then click right there, and here I can say open in SSMS, and I have copied this server name, so and then this is my database, so I clicked right here, then I went to connect database, and here I have provided that server name, and then here is my database name, and that's my username that I use, and I connect. Once I got connected here, you can see right there. So I can open a new query, so go to new query, and I have pasted that query right there, so you can see this one. So I can copy from here and just paste it that query. It's the same query, but I just want to show you this all the steps. Okay, great. Now what we can do, we can go ahead and start working on our demo. So first of all, we are going to go ahead and use the create table statement and create our table. I'm going to use create table, then tech data warehouse.dbo, that's a schema, then table name product, and product ID integer, product name worker 100, category worker 100, and price decimal 10,2. So this statement will help us to create the table. If we select the data from this table, as of now we don't have any records, so it's going to return 0 records. So you can see no records return. If I will go to the data warehouse on the left side and click right there under the tables, I should see this table. Let me refresh, and then I should be seeing the product table. Here is my product table, and now we are going to talk about inserting the data into this table. One very simple thing what we can do is insert into, and that's I have shown you guys, but let's do some hardcode values here. So I will say insert into, and then we'll say table, and here you will say values, and then you can provide the value. So let's say if I want to put 1000, and then product name Amir's product, and just I'm making some values here, category electronics, and then finally you have price that you would like to put, maybe this is the price. Okay, here we are inserting a couple of values, and then that's very simple way. If you come up with this type of scenario where you have to hard code some values, you can go ahead and do something like that. So each column is matching with the value, and you can always go right here, and also you can list the column name if you want, but as I have matched the values with the so you can see that this is ID, this is my product name, this is my category, and this is my price, so no problem at all. But if you want to miss something, you can always go ahead and, let's say you don't want to put the price, then you select only these 3 columns, and then remove the price from here, and also remove the price from here as well. So you can do something like that as well. So and now the data will be only inserted into these 3 columns, and there would be no price for these values. These are the different scenarios I'm showing you. So here let's select the data, and we should have 2 records right there. So that's one way to insert the values. So in the second method, we are going to discuss copy into, and how this will work. You will say copy into, then you will say warehouse dot schema name dot table from, and then here is the path of your file from the storage. So here is my storage name, and then rest of this blob.core.windows will stay as is, and then you have your container name, and then you have your folder name, and then you have the file name, and then you say with, and then provide more information such as this file is a CSV file. You could have say if your file is JSON or something like that, you can provide that, and here is the credential to access that file, and in the identity I'm saying share access the signature, and then I'm providing a secret right here. So this is a secret all the way, and in the parentheses closing here, and then comma. Now then you have a field terminator, and then you have row terminator, and then you have a first row is starting from second, because my first row is header and I don't want to use it, so from the second, that's our data. Now if I run this one, what's going to happen is going to read this CSV and insert into this table. Now as of let me show you how I got this URL, and also how I created the SSA token. So let me go to the portal.azure.com here. So here I'm at portal.azure.com, and this is my storage. Let's click on the storage, and then we go to the containers, and here's my container called input container, and the input container I have input folder, and then I have product.csv file there. So I went right there, and then you can go to the properties, and then you can copy this URL, and that's the URL I have used it right here. So if you paste right there, it's going to be the same URL that I have pasted right there on top. Okay, so easy peasy. And then we are going to talk about the SSA token. Let me take you back on the portal here, and then what I did, I went back on the container level, and in the container level, so let me show you, go back to storage, and here is my container. I went right here in front of 3 dots, and then generated SAS token, and here I selected all the permissions, and then selected a date for which I would like to give the permission. Then I click on the generate SAS token and URL, and finally I copied. Let's do that actually together. So give some permissions. In my case, I'm gonna give pretty much everything, but you can always choose what you need. And here is let's say we select these days, and just couple of days, and then we say generate SAS token. Copy the first token right here, and then we are gonna go back to our SQL Server Management Studio, and here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna paste this. So this is gonna select all the way till there, and then we will just delete this, and you will be seen right here we will be pasting a new one. Now we can scroll all the way back here and execute this, and it's going to insert our data into this product. So this file has 10 records, and that's why you can see that 10 rows are inserted. Let's select the data from this table, and we should have 12 records, because there are 2 records we inserted manually, and then these are the 2 ones that I inserted, and these are the 10 records came from our file. If you want to make sure, I mean, you can always go back to the file here, and then go to the container, and here's our file. So if you click right there, and then we can let me see right there, view, and that should show us all the record. So you can see right there are 10 records. Now we can click right there, go back here, and we can go to the SSMS, and let's discuss another method how we can insert the data. So as of now, we learn how to manually insert the data, and then we learn how to use the copy into. Next we are going to discuss select into from. So So see right here we have select product ID, product name, price, and then we said into. So this is the part where we are putting new table. Okay, new table name. So we want to insert, if I will just comment this out. So think about this query. I'm running this query and I'm getting all the records actually in this case, and I want to insert into another table called the product base. So I can do that. I can also use where clause or whatever I want to use, and but in this case let's say we want to select all the records, or let's say not, so we say top 10. Okay, and then this query is going to return us as of now this is returning us 12 records. You can see right here on the right side at the corner. If I run now, it's going to return us only 10 rows because I have put top 10, and now I want to insert those records into the table called the tech data warehouse.dbo.product basic. So that's our warehouse, this is our schema, and this is our table. Okay, let's execute that, and this is one other way to insert the data into another table or create a new table. So, and here if I will go and select this records from the product basic, you can see right there. If I will go to the tables here, I should have this table in the list as well. And you can see that our product basic is right there. Now let's discuss another way to insert the data into the table, and we say, in this case we say insert into, and then provide the table name. So tech data warehouse, so that's our warehouse schema.table, and then provide the list of the columns for which we would like to insert the values. In this case I'm inserting the values in all 4 columns that my table has, and then I'm writing my select query, and then I'm going to run them together. So if I will do something like that, whatever the outcome of this select query is, that will be inserted into this table that we have used on top of that. So as of now this is returning 12 rows. So if we go ahead and you see that this is here I'm producing these results with the product ID plus 100, and you see that this was 1000, it has become 1100, this was 1001, and this has become 1101, and this was 1, and it has become 101 because we are adding 100 to it. Now if I run this one, what's going to happen is going to insert 12 rows. And now we can take a look on this one. As we had 12 rows before, now we inserted another 12 rows that has become 24 records. Let's discuss another way how to create table as select. So here we will say create table, and then give the table name whatever the name you want to give. In this case we say high value products, and then as, and then whatever the select you will provide here. So in this case I'm saying select asterisk from, select all the columns from this tech data warehouse .dbo schema .product where price is greater than 1000. Let's run the select statement here, and now you can see that we have product ID, we have product name, category, and price. Now think about that. If you don't like some column that you want to insert into the new table, you can always ignore them. So in this case, let's say if I want a product ID, I want the product name here, but I don't want the category. So in this case, no problem, I can just ignore it, and then only select the columns I need. So I'm gonna select this query, and here you can see that now it's returning us 3 records. Now if I run this together, it's going to create this new table called high value products, and it should have only these 3 columns. So very simple select query, and you know, with the create table as, so you can see that this table has only 3 records. I hope you learn a different method how to use different select queries and insert queries and create new tables by using different methods by using T-SQL. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use this code and put in the description, so you can test with the different scenarios that you would like to achieve in your environment. Thank you very much for watching the video, and please subscribe my channel. I will see you guys in the next video.